Hello, and welcome to our first session today, Forging Your Own Pathology, focusing on healthcare and life sciences. We'll dive deeper into medical devices, therapeutics, and diagnostics. You'll hear from 43 incredible startups focused on teaching computers to invent therapeutic antibodies, a smart mask with sensors designed to eliminate long hospital wait times, research and mental health to accelerate development of precision treatments for those suffering from depression, and revolutionizing cancer treatments. If you're interested in meeting with any of these founders, we will be sharing their contact information after their pitch. It will also be available in the Airtable linked in the description below this video. As a reminder, throughout each session, you'll have the opportunity to rate the startup's pitches on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. These votes will be tallied to select our top 5 finalists for our $25,000 Community Choice Award, which will be announced at MassChallenge Awards in February. For immediate questions, use the chat function on the right-hand side of your screen or contact our help desk at earlystage@masschallenge.org. Let's hear from our first founder.
Hi, I'm Mariana, CEO of AOA. We are developing the first blood test for early detection of ovarian cancer when survival rates are 90%. Our co-founding team has already sold 2 companies in the women's health diagnostic space. We will deliver because we've done this before. We completed a 600-patient retrospective study in the last 3 months, showing over 90% accuracy to detect ovarian cancer early. This is a $6 billion market opportunity, with over 8.5 million women a year experiencing symptoms of ovarian cancer. Sadly, the current standard of care takes 9 months to diagnose, leading to the majority of cases being caught at stage 3 and 4 when survival rates are extremely low. Our science has been validated by top academics and researchers from institutes such as MD Anderson and Harvard Medical School. Ovarian cancer is just the beginning. We have a platform of novel tumor marker gangliosides to disrupt early cancer detection. We are AOA. Thank you.
We are Arrow Diagnostics. We combine nanotechnology and machine learning to create an inexpensive mobile diagnostic platform that can be applied for a variety of diseases, ranging from early detection of fatty liver disease to detection of pollutants in air and water. We bring a mobile lab that's to the palm of your hand, such that you can detect anything inexpensively and quickly. We are Arrow DX.
Afsana Labs is a biotech spin-out company from the University of Texas at Dallas, developing cutting-edge nanotechnologies to improve viral diagnostics. We have 3 provisional patents, including 1 for a biosensor platform with roots in a $2.5 million R01 grant for use at the point of care. It's 1,000 times more sensitive than typical rapid tests in a rapid, simple, low-cost diagnostic test for a variety of respiratory diseases. Recently, we were awarded our first STTR Phase 1 award by the NIH to further develop and test the technology for an initial application to respiratory syncytial virus. Beyond point-of-care diagnostics, our tech can be further developed for applications in environmental monitoring, disease research, and more. Through MassChallenge, we're gaining the business expertise and connections needed to grow as a company more capable of delivering life-saving technologies to the medical community.
For patients with rare diseases, on average, they must wait between 4 to 5 years before they receive an accurate diagnosis. Within multiple sclerosis, as many as 20% of patients are actually misdiagnosed. That represents $6 billion worth of unnecessary spend. Blackworks is a digital diagnostics company that provides drug developers and clinicians with actionable insights to better identify, monitor, and treat disease. We do this through partnering with stakeholders to develop imaging-based biomarkers to enable precision medicine. We are currently in discussions with a large manufacturer and a patient advocacy group for our first indication. MassChallenge has been incredibly beneficial in allowing us to see the next 5 years and connect us with great mentors. If you're interested in learning more about what we are doing, please reach out. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Hans Slijp and I'm from ECG Excellence. ECG Excellence supports doctors in easier, better and faster detection of hidden cardiac diseases, heart problems. We achieve this by using digital twin techniques for ECG data interpretation in a way which outperforms all other existing solutions. Every day, 30% of heart infarcts are missed by ECG misinterpretation, and heart failure is only detected at a late stage. And just a few examples. Reading an ECG graph is truly difficult, and only 54% of physicians get it right. And why? Because the standard electrocardiogram does not take the body build into account. Many heart problems just remain hidden, causing costs and health risks. Our technology solves this problem and moves the ECG technology to the digital age with all its benefits. We thank MassChallenge for connecting us with these new mentors and our business partners. And if you want to learn more, please visit ecgexcellence.com.
Zero is a Nigeria-based startup using artificial intelligence to optimize radiology workflows, reducing turnaround times by more than 100% and improving the quality of diagnosis. We are doing this because in Nigeria, there's only one radiologist to 600,000 people, and 14 African countries don't even have a radiologist at all. In Epoch Zero, we believe the future of healthcare is a human-AI collaboration. And we also believe that we can build more robust AI algorithms for healthcare by curating data that is inclusive and capturing certain data points and variables. We are currently in the Intel One API for Startups program, which is a technical mentorship relationship. And we're delighted to be a part of MassChallenge. The community is amazing. The community of staff, of mentors, and of other founders, they've been super supportive. We are currently pre-seed, and we look forward to discussing our vision and solution with you. Thank you.
EasyClinic is developing software to save 440,000 patients annually by preventing ICU nurses from missing adverse events when multitasking with AI that predicts harm. Even with optimal staffing, missed events such as heart attacks and human error occur while nurses perform tasks that take them away from patients. Our AI increases nurses' capacity by automating patient monitoring and predicting medical and safety events. It's like having a personal assistant to monitor every patient for them. Additionally, EasyClinic integrates with remote monitoring needs for tele-ICU, hospital at home, and senior living care. With EasyClinic, nurses can confidently multitask, knowing that they'll be alerted with time to intervene in harm and death.
Hi, I'm Jack of Highland Diagnostics, which I founded with a group of talented partners to help put chronic disease patients at the center of their own care and improve their engagement in therapy, or own their health. Too often, chronic disease patients are made to rely on expensive, physician-led or hospital-based treatment, which we know is unsustainable. And COVID made this abundantly clear, leaving these patients feeling alone or abandoned by the system that was supposed to care for them. However, COVID also showed that chronic disease patients, and particularly diabetics, equipped with effective home monitoring and remote supervision, not only improved their outcomes, but freed resources for patients who needed them most. Unfortunately, there are virtually no home blood tests for chronic diseases other than diabetes. HiLid's going to change this and provide tests using our novel optical sensing platform. When connected with a doctor and predictive AI, this will give patients the feedback they need to engage in their therapy, better manage their own illnesses, improve outcomes, and reduce their reliance on healthcare resources. Our initial target is chronic kidney disease, which has roughly the same number of sufferers and same direct costs as diabetes, and is completely life-altering if it develops into kidney failure. HiLid will give the patients the resources they need to avoid this fate, and we hope you'll consider joining our cause. Thank you.
Time is the only thing that cannot be returned, and wasted time for cancer patients means a 10% of the additional death risk. OACP is giving back time to cancer patients by providing laboratories with proprietary, validated, and approved chemical reagents that allow them to perform crucial DNA tests for cancer diagnosis and treatment 97% faster, that means 2 hours test, and 50% less costly, that means more accessible. With sales, OACP is addressing a $2 billion global market, having partnership with major players. OACP is scaling up and need to fundraise to continue supporting cancer patients. If you would like to join us, please contact me. Together, we can reduce test time and give back time to patients for lives.
Hi everybody, I'm Paris, co-founder and CEO of Advantis Medical Imaging. According to the World Health Organization, there are about 1 billion people who are affected by brain disorders, and 1 man in 8 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during their lifetime. At Advantis, we have identified this global need, and we decided to enter this market in order to alleviate the growing workload of radiology departments through the provision of more accurate, accessible, and automated medical imaging software solutions. And we did that by introducing Advantis Platform, which is a pure web-based and automated medical imaging software solution for the visualization and processing of both brain and prostate MRIs. It is intended to be used by trained healthcare professionals for the diagnostic workflow of brain disorders and also prostate cancer. Our brain MRI solution is already FDA cleared and CE marked, and we have presence in 6 countries. In case you would like to learn more about us and explore possible collaborations, feel free to visit our website and get in touch with me on LinkedIn.
Hi, I'm Philip Gans. I'm the CEO and co-founder of AI Endoscopic. At AI Endoscopic, we are going to revolutionize the world of modern endoscopy while combining artificial intelligence with robotic endoscopy to make those complex procedures simpler or even autonomous. The first application is Intubot. It's an assistive device for safe and easier tracheal intubation. Tracheal intubation is a life-saving and life-maintaining process, but requires a ton of experience to get performed correctly. But especially in emergency situations, those experts are not always at hand, leading up to 10,000 deaths in the US alone each year. To solve this problem, we created Intubot. That is the first device that actively supports the user, also allows inexperienced users to perform this process correctly. Therefore, we have an artificial intelligence component that detects the surrounding anatomy and maneuvers the endoscope accordingly. This technology can then also be used in other endoscopic procedures to optimize the treatment outcome and save costs.
Hello, my name is Mark, and I'm happy to be here to talk to you about ology. Ology has an exclusive patented technology that will allow people to save their lives, to better manage their lives as diabetics, and also help prevent the 2 billion people from becoming diabetic that are borderline diabetic today. We are just getting ready to start clinical trials in Europe and in the United States, and hopefully in the next few years we'll have a wearable medical device that will allow people to measure their glucose real-time, continuously, non-invasively, and have direct measurement of glucose versus interstitial, which is all that's available today. All this is happening very quickly, and this is a great time for everyone to get involved with us and help us bring us to the next level for helping people better manage their health. A totally new platform that's going to go crazy once it's out there. Thank you.
Surgical complications like surgical site infections are a huge problem. They cost us $10 billion a year and increase hospital stays by 10 days. My co-founder, an expert at wound healing and plastic surgeon, invented a device to try to address it. Surgeons know that better closure equals better healing. Bontrue knows where the incision was made and precisely realigns the tissue back together again for precise, standardized closure. The dressing component reduces tension off the wound for better healing. This eliminates the need for expensive, cumbersome post-op therapies like incisional wound vacs. We're first targeting large open procedures in a $15 billion market. We're trying to address this problem for patients like George, who told me the infection was worse than the cancer. If you'd like to learn more about Bontrue, please contact me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nii Oyeni, and I'm the founder of Dialysis X. Dialysis X is developing a needle-free access port that delivers better outcomes for dialysis patients and providers. You see, dialysis is a life-saving treatment for patients suffering kidney failure. In the US, there are nearly 500,000 hemodialysis patients requiring constant needle use. The challenge is that these needles cause complications and create a cycle of hospitalizations, increased cost, and revenue loss. It also limits the adoption of home dialysis, which is a much preferred alternative. Our solution is a needle-free access port. Unlike contemporary devices, it is safer and easier to use, easily integrates with clinical workflow, and reduces the burden of training. 3 years post-commercialization, we will cut complications by 10% and help providers capture $541 million annually. We're chasing a $1.3 billion market in the US and much larger globally. Currently, we're evolving our product to prove its efficacy, and to do so, we're raising a $500,000 pre-seed round. We're heralding a new age in dialysis, and we want you to join us.
After working 25 years in business development for oncology companies, I became a cancer patient. I was shocked to find out that some of the worst side effects can actually be prevented. So I founded Isana to bring products to market to prevent some of these side effects, because we believe that unnecessary pain and suffering should never be the price of survival. Did you know that chemotherapy causes painful and debilitating nerve damage in the hands and feet of hundreds of thousands of patients in the US every year? This is the #1 pain point for oncologists, while hair loss is the #1 traumatic side effect for patients. The first product in our pipeline is a cryo device to prevent both hair loss and this nerve damage. Independent market research verified that there's significant pent-up demand, and the market in the US is $1.3 billion. We completed a $660,000 pre-seed round and are currently raising a $3 million seed round. If this interests you, I invite you to reach out. Thank you so much.
At Evolution Devices, we're creating the future of physical movement. Nearly 14% of Americans currently live with a mobility impairment. And with our aging population, the number is expected to rise rapidly to 20%, with an overall disease burden on the American economy of $1 trillion by 2050. Add to that the mental and physical burden of having a mobility impairment, we have an urgent problem on our hands. This is why we built the EvoWalk platform, which offers a wearable device that electrically stimulates muscles while walking to activate the muscles and provides data-driven therapy as a subscription-based service to improve people's mobility and restore independence. Up to the end of this MassChallenge program, we've reached key milestones, including having 8 active pilots with top 10 rehab hospitals in the US. We've reached 1,000 waitlist signups, and we've frozen the hardware design to prepare for our first round of manufacturing and launch. We're a team of neuroscientists, neuroengineers, and neurophysical therapists, and we're backed by organizations and institutions such as the National Science Foundation through Phase 1 and Phase 2 NSF grants, the NIH, the Toyota Mobility Foundation, Verizon, and of course, MassChallenge. So we're Evolution Devices, and we're building the future of physical movement. Thank you.
BioTech is a connected health wound care startup based in Galway, Ireland. We are addressing a critical unmet need for a way to significantly reduce the unsustainable burden in the treatment of venous leg ulcers. TIDAL is the world's first connected health technology for measuring and monitoring sub-bandage pressure during compression therapy. The system ensures consistent application of gold standard treatment, providing improved healing times for venous leg ulcer patients. TIDAL is supported by a pioneering digital platform, enabling remote monitoring capabilities, providing disruptive, data-driven improvements to the efficiencies of care. The MassChallenge Early Stage Accelerator has provided us with valuable guidance across technical, clinical, and commercial streams, bringing us one step closer to realizing our ambition to redefine the standard of wound care for venous leg ulcer patients.
Flowsphere is a biotech company developing a disruptive technology that will change the way that we discover new drugs. Do you know that to develop a single drug like this one, we spend more than $2 billion and we use thousands of animals? But still, animal models can only predict 10% of the final effect of drugs on patients. And this is why 90% of candidate drugs fail during the clinical trials. So to solve this problem, we develop a new technology that is mimicking the complex organization of the human body in vitro. And like that, we can better predict what will be the final effect of drugs even before it reaches the first patient. Thanks to our technology, we can strongly reduce the cost of drug development by several million of dollars. We can develop safer and more potent drugs for the patient, and we can be a major player for animal-free drug discovery. Please visit us at flowsphere.com.
Disruptive bleeding remains a critical challenge in vascular surgery involving high-pressure blood vessels. Bleeding during the procedure increases the complexity, prolonging surgical times and warranting blood transfusions. Despite the use of existing sealants, perioperative bleeding remains a major complication during and after vascular surgery.
Hemomax outperforms existing adhesives like BioGlue, fibrin glues, and synthetic polymers in all key areas. It easily adheres to wet moving surfaces, has highly tunable mechanical properties, is biocompatible, and is easy for surgeons to set up.
Our internationally patented technology, supported by our peer-reviewed papers in top journals, have shown that this approach can withstand high pressures and serve as a hemostatic agent in advanced bleeding scenarios.
Nature's toughest glue, harnessed in our material.
Our hearts are truly in this together.
To transform tissue healing for millions of people around the world.
Machine Bio is changing the rules of protein innovation for the biotech industry to enable a new wave of life-saving, world-changing protein products that outshines the already massive impact of protein today in medicine and beyond. Our end-to-end solution serving protein innovators from early engineering to scaled manufacturing will allow our customers to commercialize protein products that are ahead of their time, superior to existing innovations, but incompatible with existing production systems, and will make those proteins 10 to 50 times faster than the status quo, turbocharging the pace of innovation. Our breakthrough technology, centered on a smart biomembrane with built-in molecular machinery from nature, embodies the same reality as the protein revolution it will enable. The future of humanity will be built on biology, and Machine Bio is here to unleash it.
My name is Natalia Maman, and I'm founder and CEO of RT Microfluidics. And this is my pitch. As a mother of 4, one thing I feared when my kids were younger is if one woke up with a fever and a sore throat. The only option I had to know if I can go to work the next day was to take them to the doctor that day for testing and diagnosis. To all you parents out there, I know you can relate. RT Microfluidics is transforming the diagnostic market by allowing patients to stay home instead of going to the doctor when they are sick. We've developed an easy-to-use diagnostic platform that detects bacterial and viral pathogen in saliva and gives you PCR quality results at home and in minutes. Our first indication is strep, with a market size upwards of $2.3 billion. It also speaks to me and to so many parents out there. Think about a pregnancy test, but for strep, using saliva. RT Microfluidics is capitalizing on the future state of healthcare as it moves towards virtual medicine and making diagnostics more affordable and accessible to all. My name is Natalia Maman, and I'm founder and CEO of RT Microfluidics. And we are revolutionizing home diagnostics by getting the stress out of tests.
This is The Midpoint. We've seen about half of the startups in this section, and I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am. Take a second to drop your favorite in the chat or score the startups you've seen so far for the Community Choice Award. Feel free to pause the video, stretch your legs, check the Airtable to schedule time with founders, or continue hearing from these inspiring startups.
Hello everyone. Cerigen is an innovation-driven tissue regeneration products company. We leverage the material science of natural silk to develop products that have the potential to transform the way serious bone defects and gaps in soft tissues like muscle and skin are repaired. We're the world's first company to successfully do a clinical trial using silk for bone repair. The science has been published in high-impact journals, and technology is protected by patents that have been granted in India, US, Europe, and Japan. We have an interdisciplinary and stellar team of scientists, clinicians, regulatory specialists, industry experts with backgrounds from premier materials research institutes like MIT, University of Delaware, and IIT Bombay. We are currently looking to raise a pre-series round of $3 million to fuel our aggressive growth plans that will cater to the $9 billion tissue regeneration market. If you think what we're doing is exciting, I, Anuya Nisar, founder of Cerigen, invite you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
At Synova Life Sciences, we help people live longer and healthier lives by making it possible for everyone to get their own stem cells. Stem cells have the potential to reverse chronic damage in the body, heart attack, stroke, osteoarthritis, and much more. And your fat has 500 to 2,500 times more stem cells than anywhere else in your body, but the cells are trapped in the fat. Our platform technology makes getting those stem cells out easy. It replaces a complex 3-hour chemical procedure with a simple chemical-free 3-minute process that gets twice as many cells. We have over 7 million in LOIs in the $60 billion cosmetics and orthopedics markets. We're a team of experts rolling this out. We're here to make you younger and keep you there.
Synthicog is a regulatory technology company. Our mission is to make compliance simple. We help health and medtech companies to navigate complex regulations around the world. Our customers are innovators. They invent medical devices and treatments that will save lives and improve health outcomes. But they face a significant challenge in getting past regulatory hurdles to get to market. And that's where we come in. We help them to understand the regulatory options that they have, to make strategic decisions about product development and market entry, and generate compliance documentation automatically. Our user-friendly tools replace the traditional, time-intensive, and expensive consulting services in this space. We've raised £500,000 to build our MVP and are now piloting this with accelerators in Europe. In future, we're going to expand geographically, hopefully to the US, and then eventually into other highly regulated industries, such as pharmaceuticals, food, and financial services.
At TECHFIT Digital Surgery, we are committed to improve the standard of care for musculoskeletal surgery. Today, doctors have two choices. In wealthy hospitals for well-insured patients, they have the digital workflow, where CT scans and 3D printers are used to create virtual versions of the patients, custom implants, and custom surgical guides that provide more accurate, faster, and safer surgery. Or the standard method, where a tray full of implants comes into the OR and the doctor does what they can best do. For us, this is unacceptable. This is why we've created the Disrupt, a platform where the doctors can upload the patient's imaging, and we will provide a 3D representation of the patient in a cloud-based collaborative space where doctors and our planning techs can plan the best possible outcomes. Subscription to the Disrupt also includes a point-of-care 3D printer and access to our FDA-cleared implants manufactured in our facility in Florida. It's about pooling the resources and data and validated processes to increase productivity, lower cost, and in the end, provide better care. For whom? For the millions of people that we are going to help once we scale. Thank you very much.
Cardiovascular diseases are the #1 cause of death worldwide, and many of these deaths, but also strokes and MIs, are preventable. For example, in patients with atrial fibrillation, an arrhythmia which affects 1 out of 3 people during their lifetime, 40% of these patients are not treated optimally. Tenasio wants to change this. We have developed a decision support tool with a validated proprietary risk prediction algorithm and guideline-based personalized treatment recommendations to improve the treatment for these patients. In a 50,000 patient in silico study, we have demonstrated a 23% risk reduction versus current care. Our product Opticore is currently under FDA review, and we expect the FDA 510(k) clearance within the next few weeks. This will make it the first FDA-cleared patient management platform for atrial fibrillation. Our product Opticore is seamlessly integrated into the workflow and connected to the EHR. It will change the way patients with cardiovascular diseases are being treated. Treatment decisions will be based on objective, individual data, eliminating bias and raising the level of care for all patients. Using Opticore for the management of AF patients can save a healthcare system $2.4 million per 1,000 AF patients every year. And we have bigger plans. We already initiated the development of our heart failure module and the integration of wearables to continuously monitor a patient's cardiovascular risk. This will allow us to apply causal AI to generate new insights into cardiovascular diseases. Ultimately, we want to prevent cardiovascular diseases and save millions of lives.
Therapeutic is making cataract surgery accessible to all those who need it. Over 50% of people afflicted with blindness could have their vision restored with just a 20-minute cataract surgery. However, there are not enough surgeons to keep up with the millions of patients waiting for surgery globally. Patients, including my own grandmother, are forced to wait years for surgery while their vision rapidly declines. Warming surgical materials to body temperature increases provider efficiency by a minimum of 15%. But no technology exists to warm materials from refrigeration. With a clear need and no existing system, many clinicians resort to unreliable makeshift warming methods. Therapeutic has developed a device to consistently and effectively control surgical material temperature during cataract surgery, enabling clinicians to perform more surgeries per day. We estimate that our device could close the supply and demand gap in the US by 300,000 cases at just 25% accessible market penetration. Our device will improve the quality of life for millions. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Longsha, CEO of EN Innovations. Imagine that you rush into an emergency department desperately seeking care, only to wait 4 to 12 hours unmonitored, time in which your symptoms could unnoticeably worsen. Unfortunately, in today's EDs, this scenario happens far too often, resulting in operational inefficiencies and consequences for sick patients. At EN Innovations, we are committed to ensuring these tragedies happen no longer. That is why we created VitalMask, our patent-pending silicone smart gasket, intended to synergize with any existing mask to measure key patient vitals, including heart rate, blood oxygen levels, body temperature, and respiration rate. Using a companion software application, the nurses can then view all patient data at a glance, while easily customizing it with our priority system. We are tapping into an enormous $36 billion global patient monitoring health device market, and have built a phenomenal multidisciplinary team around this united mission to advance the future of emergency medicine. Thank you for your consideration.
At Vivify Medical, our vision is to alleviate sexual health-related conditions for more than 1 billion men and women around the world. We are starting off with a revolutionary technology and procedure that will reverse benign prostate hyperplasia through a drug-free vascular intervention. Hi, my name is Tushar Sharma, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Vivify Medical. Over 500 million men around the globe suffer from BPH. All of the existing treatments treat just the symptoms. Our technology treats the root cause and therefore improves the quality of life of these patients by ending recurrency. We are very excited to be part of the MassChallenge early stage program. MassChallenge has given us a platform to connect with amazing mentors and entrepreneurs in our field and really help advance our understanding and strategy on how we can accomplish our vision one step at a time. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Hello. Let me start with a fun fact. A little town in Massachusetts called Leominster acquired the title Plastics Capital of the World in 1920s. Fast forward 100 years to 2020s, ECG, located in Newton, Massachusetts, is taking baby steps to help Newton to become Sustainable Plastics Capital of the World. Propelled by MassChallenge Accelerated Program, ECG is expanding its reach to offer multifunctional additive-based programmable plastics and coatings that not only offer highest performance, but also eliminate human and ecotoxicity. If you are an investor or associated with plastics and coatings industry, or a citizen passionate about building a sustainable world, please give us a call. Thank you.
Brain diseases are devastating and among the hardest to combat. This is because there are no good tools to model the human brain in the dish. At Artificial Axon Labs, we've made a huge step forward to solving this problem by 3D printing mimics of axons, the key cells in the brain that drive all our cognitive and neurological functions. Axons are about 100 times thinner than the human hair and are as soft as jello. So we had to push the boundaries of 3D printing to make this possible. And with this platform, we're transforming how drugs for neurological disorders are discovered. Our initial focus is on multiple sclerosis, the devastating disease that affects about 3 million people of all ages and genders across the world and has no cure. Next, we will tackle other brain diseases by leveraging the flexibility of our platform that allows us to model virtually any disease. We look forward to meeting you at the showcase.
Hi, I'm Suchi Acharya, founder, Chief Scientific Officer and CEO of IUV's Research, a near clinical stage pharmaceutical company. Just as antibiotics revolutionized the treatment of infections, IUV's compound will revolutionize the prevention and treatment of life-threatening inflammatory diseases. To prevent the death of over 1,000 premature US babies every year from chronic lung injury, IUV's is pioneering innovative immunotherapies via recharging the internal natural immune system. We are focusing on respiratory diseases with high unmet medical need and global market size over $35 billion. IUV's lead compound AVR48 has excellent safety profile, therapeutic response, and low manufacturing costs. And the FDA has granted orphan and rare pediatric drug designation to IUV's. IUV's has also received $2.1 million in 2 NIH grants and $4.6 million from private investors. Thank you.
Welcome to ENRICH Therapeutics. The start of a new day as the ENRICH team is dedicated to accelerating our cell discovery innovations at our Branford, Connecticut office. We built this state-of-art laboratory space to pursue the development of our cutting-edge technology. ENRICH's non-fluidics, dissolvable microwell, and visual enrichment strategies eliminate those insuperable pain points of existing technologies. We discover meaningful clones, not by predicting cell function, but by observing cell function.
Hello everyone. Due to a lack of affordable technology that can precisely capture single cell with limited material, or capture cell combinations with desired cell-cell interactions, the success rate of cell-enabled research with existing microfluidics-based technology is very limited. ENRICH technology can result static cell isolation, help people to capture any cell in any scientific scenario.
Seven of the top-selling drugs in the world are antibodies, but antibody discovery fails over 90% of the time. At Evolve, we leverage advances in computation to transform the discovery of antibodies for biopharma. Our tech produces high-quality antibodies at a fraction of the time and cost, and in the lab, we've shown a success rate that's more than 10,000 times better than traditional antibody discovery. Plus, we outperformed Google's state-of-the-art protein prediction algorithm, AlphaFold. We have a competitive advantage in the scale and efficiency of our technology, which has led to 10 signed deals worth $16.9 million, and we're just getting started, as we're currently negotiating several multi-million-dollar deals. We bring a huge transformative advantage because we're thousands of times faster and cheaper than the way that drugs are discovered today, which could change the lives of patients everywhere. And that's why we're so excited to continue building and evolving the way medicine is designed.
At Hempro Therapeutics, we are developing first-in-class treatments that safely and effectively target many cancers. Traditional cancer therapies have many limitations, such as high toxicity or working for only specific cancer subtypes. At Hempro, we are developing therapies to broadly and effectively target many types of cancer, such as lung and breast cancers, with an exceptional safety profile. Our patented drugs, called heme sequestering proteins, or HESPs, effectively starve cancer cells by targeting extracellular heme, a vital nutrient for tumors. Healthy cells are unaffected, as they do not need this type of heme. Importantly, we believe that our drugs can synergize with current cancer therapies to create better outcomes for patients, giving them back valuable time. Currently in the preclinical stages of development, our goal is to bring our therapies to patients and begin first-in-human clinical trials. Today, cancer is a devastating disease, but it doesn't have to be. Together, we can make sure that every patient has a fighting chance.
At Ilios Therapeutics, we're bringing to life the first ever cure for insidious neurodegenerative diseases such as ALS and Alzheimer's that affect millions of people. How? Ilios is the old name of Troy, and we're developing a Trojan horse capable of bringing therapeutic agents into the brain and targets the root causes of brain inflammation and oxidative stress, which we believe cascades down into deteriorating the neuron. At MassChallenge, we've been able to pair with incredible mentors and show off the Seaport office to so many potential partners and investors that we've turned what it was just an idea into a company ready for pre-seed financing. As Nelson Mandela put it always seems impossible until it's done. And that's especially true for neurodegenerative diseases. But with the help of the MassChallenge and of everybody that was involved, we believe that we're a step closer to making these a thing of the past. So thank you so much.
Symphony Biosciences is a biotools company offering next-generation drug discovery platforms for human-relevant drug testing outside of the human body. Over 90% of drugs fail in human trials after being tested in animals. Our platform simulates human body biology, leveraging synthetic hemoglobin oxygen delivery and 3D organ model perfusion to predict what happens to people when exposed to drugs or toxic chemicals. The platform increases human drug metabolism 10 times and cellular respiration 4 times to de-risk drugs early, potentially saving $1 billion and 8 years for drugs that are doomed to fail. Partner with us. Together, we can reduce the use of animals in research to meet sustainable development goals and bring safe drugs to people who need them.
At Lightswitch Bio, we're working on a new method of drug delivery called photoactivated chemotherapy to help patients avoid the side effects of drugs that limit their use and increase the cost of healthcare. For our first application of this approach, we're working to help patients with head and neck cancers, one of the costliest cancers to treat, by adapting one of the most commonly used chemotherapies called cisplatin. This potent and generic drug is notorious for its severe and dose-limiting side effects that can increase the cost of care for each patient by roughly $10,000. And so far, we've managed to achieve better efficacy than cisplatin with no signs of toxicities in mouse models of 2 different types of cancers. We've been thrilled to participate in the MassChallenge program to refine our value proposition for potential partners and investors. If you'd like to learn more about our program or how we might be able to work together, we would love to hear from you. So please reach out.
We are Lit Analytics, on a mission to bring new treatments to patients suffering from depression. We use wearable data and advanced analytics to better characterize the type and severity of a patient's disease and cut through the noise to find true signals of efficacy during clinical testing.
How often does someone ask you, "How are you doing?" and you respond, "Fine," when you are anything but fine? This response is the best technology that we have right now to assess a drug's effect on depression during clinical trials.
And Lit Analytics changes all that by passively and continuously measuring patient data, such as your heart rate, mobility, body temperature, and we use machine learning algorithms to transform this data into objective measures of disease. The global mental health crisis is driving our urgency. We use common technology, but we are bringing uncommon solutions to develop and launch new treatments for these patients that urgently need them.
$50,000 women in the United States are annually diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer, a lethal type of breast cancer that is not responsive to any of the current treatments. While challenging tumors call for smarter treatments, and the smartest cure is our body's natural immune system, which is designed to be able to clear the tumor, but it needs some extra push. Our product SymphNode is that extra push which is required to awaken the immune cells and orchestrate their responses against tumor cells. SymphNode is a dissolvable biomaterial which will be injected beside a solid tumor. This local powerhouse allows for on-site activation of the immune cells while overcoming the barriers created by the tumor microenvironment. Our preclinical data shows that as a result of this local training, immune cells will then inherit the memory to fight cancer cells. So even after our material is gone, immune cells will still chase down the tumor and prevent metastasis. Check out Symphony Biosciences to learn more.
Syncell's mission is to fight antibiotic resistance, a problem that affects 3 million Americans every year, leading to 35,000 deaths and $55 billion in healthcare costs. Syncell focuses on using antibiotic-resistant bacteria to produce therapeutic selenium nanoparticles with the aim of deploying them as antimicrobials towards the same bacteria that produce them. This approach is analogous to a nanometric Trojan horse in treating bacterial infections. Syncell has developed a patented method to manufacture, isolate, and purify bacterially synthesized selenium nanoparticles using different bacterial species and antibacterial resistant strains. These selenium nanoparticles are then incorporated in a biopolymeric dressing to be applied to infected wounds where they kill the targeted bacteria through multiple mechanisms of action while leaving the natural bacterial flora and skin cells unharmed. Our solution offers significant advantages over current competition in terms of superior efficacy and safety, targeted spectrum activity, promoting wound healing, and not causing bacterial resistance. We are seeking a $3 million investment to fund our R&D program. If you are an investor or a potential strategic partner, please reach out to me for additional information. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining Forging Your Own Pathology. If you haven't already, input your scores for our Community Choice Award. Reach out to our founders who you wish to connect with and check out the rest of the agenda for more awesome startup pitches.